Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. It's time for a bit of a news video, so I've had to swap everything round today. Update 1.46 does appear to be arriving this week, in probably the quietest fashion I think I've ever seen, in a sense. So if you've been around Gran Turismo for a while, you will typically know how it works with the updates for each month or every other month and such. Typically on the weekend prior to an update, we will get the silhouettes released by Kaz. However, that didn't happen this weekend at all. There was nothing but radio silence from Kaz on Twitter. The Gran Turismo page didn't post anything up apart from some World Series stuff and, you know, those kind of things. There was nothing in regards to an update. A lot of people just assumed that in April we wouldn't be getting one and that it might be either an early May update or it might just be a missed month. You know, it does happen at times. Sometimes we do get an update missed. So there was nothing but radio silence in terms of an update. However, there has been the news going around and the promotion recently by both Skoda and Polyphony of the Skoda VGT arriving to the game. However, with that being a whole car reveal and, you know, Skoda building up the hype around it and such like that, I think a lot of people assumed this would come in the future, a little bit like what we saw with both the Bulgari and the Genesis, where it was around about a month or two prior with the reveal before the cars actually entered the game. So a lot of people have just completely wiped off an update for this month. However, just having a look at the Gran Turismo page this morning, you may have noticed this. As you can see, a server maintenance notice for the 25th of April 2024 appeared in Gran Turismo this morning. As you can see, it goes on to state the Gran Turismo 7 servers will undergo maintenance during the following period. The date and the time, in terms of my region anyway, is the start on the 25th of the 4th 2024 at 7 AM BST and will end on the 25th of the 4th 2024 at 9 AM BST. This is a typical update schedule. This is typically how long it takes, and then obviously it goes on to know what will be and won't be available. It's, you know, typically the same thing that gets written about at the bottom, so I won't go too far into that. But it does confirm that an update is coming this week on the final Thursday of the month as usual. So it does appear that April will receive an update. Now, it's probably the quietest announcement for an update I think I've ever seen, in a sense. So when it comes to this whole Skoda and you know, Polyphony, you know, coming together to bring the manufacturing to the game with the VGT, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of posts surrounding that. It's not really been quiet on that front, but again, a lot of people, like myself included, would assume that that would then have appeared in silhouettes this weekend alongside some other cars, which does make me a little bit weary about what the actual hell is coming with this update. Now, I'm not going to overwhelm you with the information about the Skoda and such like that. To be honest, it's really not new news. In fact, there's been concept images of the Skoda floating around the internet for, I'd say, upwards of the minimum a year and a half or so. It really hasn't been the quietest announcement in the world, and originally they said that it wasn't going to be a Vision Gran Turismo concept and it had never actually come to Gran Turismo. However, it turns out it actually is now. So you can actually find out information about what this car is going to be and some concept drawings about it, you know, all over the internet. However, I'm going to save that for a separate video tomorrow because I don't want to overwhelm you with information. This one is mainly talking about the fact that there is an update coming. I will talk more in depth about the Skoda and Skoda themselves coming to Gran Turismo in a video tomorrow. So yeah, in a sense, it's been very, very quiet, but not very quiet at the same time. But I think just due to when the car's actually set to be revealed, which is on Wednesday, a lot of people assume that it would come in a future update, but it does seem that it is going to happen this Thursday. Now, what I'm assuming, there'll be a whole big reveal about the car, and then all of a sudden they'll be like, okay, it's coming tomorrow. I mean, it might not, but it would kind of make sense that if there's a maintenance notice for these servers and an update notice coming up, then it probably is going to drop the day after the reveal, and I'm assuming that's when we'll see more about maybe an update trailer and such like that, or maybe just like the silhouettes, they might skip the update trailer actually dropping as well. Again, like I said, it makes me rather quite wary about the content of this update. Will it just be the Skoda VGT and that's it? If that is the case, that is a very, very poor update. A lot of people don't like these VGTs. My hope is that it won't just be the Skoda VGT. I'm hoping that we'll get a full manufacturer update with Skoda and we'll actually see more of their vehicles enter the game alongside the VGT. In a sense, them coming as a manufacturer into the game does open up the potential of other models coming. So in that way, I cannot complain too much about the VGT arriving and about Polyphony and Skoda coming together to create this car. So again, I'm going to reserve my judgment until I see more about what this update entails and I guess more about the Skoda itself. I'm not going to say too much on that. Like I mentioned, I didn't want to sort of overwhelm you with information in a single video. I will have my opinion on the sort of whole Skoda VGT and Skoda themselves entering the game in a video tomorrow, so be sure to check in for that one. I'm hoping the radio silence over the weekend and the lack of silhouettes does point to the fact that they're just trying to do this a bit of a different way, considering it's a new manufacturer coming to the game. It's obviously that VGT program, but I am hoping that it does come with other vehicles as well. For me, and in my honest opinion, if it was just to be the Skoda VGT and they hype it up like no tomorrow just to bring that in an update on its own, for me it seems like a lot of a waste of time. And to be totally honest, in an ideal world it will come with other vehicles as well. For me, the VGTs are very, very basic. There's not much you can do to them. Their use is limited, and the fact that the rumors around this one is the fact that it's an EV vehicle really does limit its overall use and kind of puts me on edge that if that comes on its own, it's going to be more VGT racers, and that is going to be the lot. There really will be no point in actually hyping this car up. Again, if it does lead to the future of more Skodas and more of that manufacturer appearing in Gran Turismo, then I'm all for it. You know, get the VGT in, get the manufacturer on board, and let's see some of their other amazing cars over the, you know, history and over time as well, from all the way back in the, you know, 50s and 60s, all the way up to their WRC programs of the early 2000s and such. You know, bring them in. I'm more than happy to see that. Again, I'll go more into detail on where I think this may lead tomorrow in that video, but for now, yes, update 1.46 does seem to be appearing at the end of the month on the typical last Thursday of the month. So like I said, hopefully they kind of use this, I guess, spectacle with the whole Skoda reveal as an excuse to obviously showcase more coming to the game. Maybe hopefully it's the reveal of a new track as well alongside some of the images of the car. Who actually knows, but I'm pretty sure that Skoda will end up dropping the day after its reveal on the Wednesday. Let me know what you think, because again, for me, I'm really cautious about this one. I don't get the whole change in what they're doing with this update. I'm hoping that if they're going to make a big spectacle of the Skoda, that there will be more to this update than just that. But again, with Polyphony, who really knows? This is a company that likes to keep tight-lipped, and again, it seems to be all about kind of getting cars leaked and stuff so that we as a community can kind of piece things together of what might happen and when. So again, let me know what you think down below. A big thank you for watching. I'll have my opinions on Skoda arriving tomorrow. Take care, guys. Peace.